Hi YouTube, I'm back. I wanted to give you a slightly more detailed review or look at the camera on the Rezound. That's its primary selling point for me and why I bought it over the Galaxy Nexus or didn't wait for the Galaxy Nexus. So it's very quick. I can show you the time to take to get into a picture. So unlock, you're at the screen unlock. I have camera in the quick boot. Boom, you're ready to take a shot. Again, I apologize for the lack of autofocus on this camera I'm using. It's a original Droid. So I want to run through, just show you some of the things that you can do. First, I want to just show you how fast how fast the shutter works. It does autofocus kind of in between. You can't sort of set the focus and then just snap continuously. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to show you how fast it is. I've set the review so you can change how long it displays the image that you just took before it'll cycle back automatically to the camera, or you can set it so that it just stays up until you choose to either save it or delete it. Right now I have it set to 0, so no review. And so you can tap to focus on the screen. You can tap in different locations, and those are the little camera sounds, which I actually found to help. So I'll explain that in a second. So there, focused. Boom, took the shot. Focused, took the shot. If I just want to keep hitting it, I guess it does kind of keep the focus locked in. So there you go. And then if you want to refocus, tap, boom, took another shot. The other option is to press and hold the shutter button like this. But that's just to give you an idea of cycling, how fast this thing can cycle. It's quite good. The other options then would be to, you can do the self timer, which is 2 or 10 seconds. You can adjust the image in terms of exposure from -2 to +2, contrast, same thing, -2 to +2, saturation, sharpness, white balance, which I found to be kind of necessary. Right now I'm on incandescent for the incandescent bulbs that I can still buy for now. ISO is set to auto, but you can go from, let's see, 100 to 4 or 800. Change the resolution. Review duration. So here's no review. I've got it on. You can do 3 or 5 seconds, or no limit, where you have to just choose to save it or discard it. Change where you're saving it on the SD card or not. Widescreen. So this little button, resolution, I haven't noticed it. When I take the pictures off, I haven't noticed any change in the actual resolution of the pictures. But what it kind of does here is, well, I'll show you. What it's really doing is stretching. When you have it checked, it stretches your image to the screen. It doesn't look strange, so I'm not sure if it's actually. I don't think it's adding any pixels, but I just have it full. I have it checked so that it stays, fills the aspect ratio of the screen. The other options are to geotag, auto enhance. I've taken a few shots with this auto enhance checked and not checked. I think the main thing the auto enhance does is remove noise. So it has a noise reduction and it looks like it smooths the pictures out a little. With that unchecked, pictures look a little sharper in some of the, if you zoom in on the details. So that's something you can kind of play with. It's your preference. Do you prefer sharpness and more noise, or smoothed but a little less noise but sort of blurred? Face detection I have on. I have yet to really try it. And shutter sound, and I have the grid on too, which is really helpful. You can see, it's hard to see here. You can to line up, especially landscape shots, or just to line up frame the shot. The reason I say the shutter sound helps is that once you've focused, if you don't have the shutter sound on when you snap the picture, there's no indication of exactly when it's capturing the image, and you have a tendency to kind of move or blur the image. When you hear that there's a sound, you can be sure that it's, let's put it this way, you can be sure that it's finished capturing the image. And so, I don't know, small little thing. Scene modes, I will show you these. You have auto, portrait, landscape, action burst. So I haven't messed with portrait or landscape. Action burst is kind of cool. you can take, if you press and hold, so you can tap to focus before, or you can just press and hold. But when you press and hold, you can take 5 shots in rapid succession. So I'll show you. So I'm pressing, and then it takes a couple seconds to process. You know, it gets out of its buffer. And like I said, I don't have the review on. If I go in here and I have the, let's see, review duration. So let's put it on no limit so it just stays up. I'll show you what that does when you take a burst shot. And what that'll do is bring up your images that you just shot, and you can cycle through, take a look at them, and then check or uncheck and choose to save or delete those images. So delete. Cycling in and out of the camera is fast. We'll go to the home screen. I've got the camera on the home screen. I don't know, I'd say 2 seconds till about you're ready to shoot a picture, maybe less. It's very fast. And going back to the home screen is very fast. On the original Droid, the thing was dreadfully slow, sometimes 15 seconds to go in and out of the camera. It was quite annoying. What else did I want to show you? The modes for the front and rear camera are here in the top right, so you press that. On top, you switch from photo to video. There, now you're in video. I'll take a short video. What are your options in video? You can adjust the quality of the video. You can do full HD, 640 by 480. You know, you can go all the way down to crummy, low resolution video. So you can do this slow motion. You can, if you turn that on, what that basically does is it captures at 60 frames per second, and then replays it as at regular. Wait, how should I say this? Basically captures it at a higher frame rate, but then plays it at sort of normal speed, and so it appears to, everything appears to be in slow motion. So let's try this. Let's like rapidly move around and see if that does anything. Sorry, I was out of frame. All right, so let's play that. Take a look. Well, that's interesting because it's not really going to show you a whole lot. But there I was sort of moving it very rapidly back and forth, and there I was waving my hand very quickly, and you can kind of see it grabbing the motion. Instead of my hand being a blur, it sort of grabbed the waviness, I guess, of my hand. The other options, quality. You can have the flash on or off, which is just turning the dual LED flash on, which is quite bright. The Droid has a dual LED flash. This is brighter. These LEDs are better. They're newer. And then in settings, you can actually go in here and adjust exposure, contrast, saturation, all the same settings. Not all of them, but almost all of them. It looks like you can't adjust the ISO, but you can do the white balance, and you can turn on whether it's stereo or mono recording. You can choose to record with or without sound, and again, review duration after you take a video. I'm not sure, but I guess it looks like you can do all these little effects in the video as well. So you can take a negative video, which, oops, I was zoomed in there, which that would be kind of cool. Oh, the zoom slider's down here. You can tap instantly. It's a digital zoom, so you can just tap instantly to go in and out, or you can grab it and kind of go in and out like that. But that's neat. These effects appear to be able to be on a video, which that's kind of neat. It doesn't look like you have as many effects as you do on the image. So if I switch back to the regular camera, which again is pretty fast, these effects are things that you can do. You can do these little distortion effects. So as you can kind of see there, the thing is distorted. You can do vignette, which is kind of like this, you know, some of these crunchy kind of things. You can turn everything into dots, vintage looking things. Again, not really shown well with this camera, but anyways, kind of some things. If you've used Vignette, which is an app, that's kind of some of the similar things that this does. Lastly, I just want to show you the front-facing camera. Switching between the front-facing is pretty fast. I'd say 1.5 seconds or so. It's pretty good. It works very well. It's 2 megapixels, and It doesn't have autofocus though, so keep that in mind. The focus though is pretty close. You can get pretty close while something stays in focus, you know, maybe 6 inches or so. So that is the front-facing camera. Switch back to the main camera. Going in and out of the gallery, which is something the Droid had struggled to do, is very fast on this phone. So there it groups your pictures with, and then if you kind of go fast, it gets this sort of faster thing, and you can then choose a picture, and it comes up. To do anything, you actually have to tap. Takes a second, and then you can, you know, delete, do set as desktops. You can then, let's see, share, of course, with a slew of sharing abilities. All right, this video is getting long, so I will cut it off there. If you would like to see something else, please let me know. Thanks, guys.